Good morning. How is everyone? So you did the first thing. You showed up. This is a lot of effort to get here. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you to our industry partners for being here and our community collaborators, SRNA and the MOG Project, and for Picnic Health for all being here today. Make sure you take time to go and talk with them. I'm going to have Vilma Carmona come up with Maria Loreto. We want to talk a little bit about support groups today. And I know many of you in the room either run a support group or you've been to one. But if you haven't, we have so many that we offer virtually for women, for men, for caregivers. We have an LGBTQ plus group. We have different groups that are regional through the country. We have a midday connect, which is getting very popular because some of us don't want to join on the East Coast at 9 p.m. So I'm East Coast and I join all those late calls. So I made a midday call so that I could be wide awake for the group. But that's becoming very popular, kind of a lunch and learn. It's a very nice group. I encourage you to sign up for one of them. There is a QR code on the back of the stand on your table. There's a welcome on one side. The other side has a bunch of QR codes about the programs that we run. And our team has worked really hard through this transition to make sure there was no interruption in the patient programs that we know are so important to you and that meet the critical needs of the community. And every one of these groups that we do is so different. The facilitators really have a lot of creative freedom on how they run the group. And Vilma and Maria run our Spanish speakers group together. And at the start of every meeting, Vilma helps set the intention of the group with a grounding exercise. And I thought it would be a really nice way to start today. You can get a taste for what it's like to come to the beginning of their group and also set the intention for the day for yourself. So, Vilma?
Thank you, Corey. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Well, this will be a long day, a lot of information, and I want to invite you all to take a stop break, just a few minutes break to get ready for the day. At this moment, I want you to put away whatever you have in your hands and let your feet ground on the floor. I want you to relax and look at the stop sign. You can look to this one, to my amazing husband and caregiver, Rubens, or Maria's amazing husband and caregiver, Jesus. Choose one of the stop signs and look to them. You can sit in a mountain pose like Maria is doing right here. Or if you're standing, you can do the mountain pose too, like this, with hands looking to the front. Close your eyes. And take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, expand your belly. As you exhale, contract your belly. Take another deep breath. Feel the sensation of breathing. Feel the air to your nostrils. And now observe, how do you feel? Note how your mind and body feel at this moment without judgment. Are you happy? Are you sad? Or maybe you are excited, curious about what is going to happen here today. Observe. And now it's time to set an intention. I'm going to set an intention for all of us, but you can set your own intention. Just think on what you are expecting for today. What thing you hope to bring or to take away from this day. My intention is I choose to listen and stay open to new possibilities. Today, I choose to listen and stay open to new possibilities. Today, I choose to listen and stay open to new possibilities. With that intention, let's begin. It's time to proceed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And as a gift from our support group, you'll have a copy of the STOP technique. We encourage you to use it every day to practice this technique as much as you need it. Listen to your body, honor your body, be mindful, and be grateful.
Thank you, Wilma. So we're going to have you and Maria stay, and Jesus and Tiani will join you for our panel. And I miscounted, and we took away the fifth chair, so I'm going to stay here. That was great. I want to keep that music going the whole day now. So that was, Vilma, you made the music, right? With the singing bowls? What was it?
With different instruments that I have at home. And yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I played different instruments at home and made a production of the music. Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. It was beautiful. All right, so patient experiences with approved therapeutics. This is a panel that we have hosted before, and I think it's really important to continue doing it, and I'll tell you why. The purpose of this panel is really to understand what kind of real world experiences are happening with people on the remarkable 4 FDA approved medications in the US now. The landscape has changed dramatically in the 10 years that I've been part of the NMOSD community, and for all of you that have been here longer than me, or not as long for Tiani. But when we were preparing for who we would have on the panel, many of you are in the MyDevix family group on Facebook, and I put a question out just asking like who was using, if they wanted to talk to me about if they were using an approved therapy. And there were people in the group that said, "What is that? I have never heard of any of those drugs." And, right, you should be gasping, right? And it is so important that we talk about it and that we share our experiences, because we may reach a patient that hasn't heard of this, that can go and ask their doctors, and then that person is educating the doctor. That's going to help someone, and then it just keeps going on and on and on. And my husband has always said from the time my daughter was diagnosed, it just takes one person to know a little bit about NMO in the room, and it can change the outcome of your life forever. So we talk about these things, and we know there's a lot of people watching online too. And thank you all for coming and talking today about your experiences. It's important to say that we're not trying to promote what medication you should be on. That is absolutely not the place of Patient Health Alliance or any of us on the panel. But if you're educated, you can go and take this conversation to your doctor, and having the opportunity to make a shared decision with them about the best thing for your health and your lifestyle is an important conversation to have. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So I want to thank them for being here. Do you guys want to do self-introductions first? I guess we'll start with Tiani.
Yes, I'm Tiani Finn. I'm actually from Texas, but I was diagnosed in 2024. I was intubated, paralyzed from the neck down, all of that fun stuff. And I've just been recovering since then. And I'm currently on Ultomiris and have been for about 2 years.
Thank you. Vilma?
Hi, I'm Vilma from Puerto Rico, but I live in Florida. I have been living with NMO for 21 years. At this moment, I am on Ensprin.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jesus Loreto. I've been a caregiver to my beautiful wife, Maria, for the past 19 years.
Maria Loreto. I been diagnosed in 2007, 19 years. And, it's a journey to pass. I was quadriplegic on my first attack. So I'm now doing very, very well. I'm on Uplisna for almost a year, and I'm feeling better.
This is great news. So to go over just some of the logistics and the simple parts of what your experience is like on the medication you use, Tiani, how often do you have a treatment?
So I get an IV infusion every 8 weeks.
And is it a long day, or what does that look like for you?
At first, when I started the medication, it was a longer day just because they wanted to make sure that my body would tolerate it well. But now the most time that I spend in my infusion clinic is about an hour. So it's shortened time, but it's been good experience all the way around.
Good. And because you go every 8 weeks, you probably know the infusion center people pretty well, right?
Oh, yes. They know me and my husband very, very well. And they freak out when I don't show up, so they know me.
We have one of our support group leaders, Kristen, when she switched from Solaris to Ultomiris, it's a little stretched out now. You don't have to go quite as often. She was actually sad because she's like, I don't get to see my friends as often. Everyone else was like, I can go less. But she was kind of upset that she couldn't. Hi, Kristen, if you're watching. So that's good to know. It's a shorter infusion. How do you feel afterward?
The first 2 days, I definitely have a little bit of fatigue. But after that, the most I've experienced is joint pain. But it's nominal compared to what I could be going through. So it's been a really good experience, side effects wise, not a whole bunch. So
That's good. Vilma.
Well, my injection is every 4 weeks, and it's a really quick process. You take away the injection from the fridge 30 minutes before the application, and then put it, and that's it.
That's
It's-
nice.
yeah,
So
it's a
for
really
people that
quick-
are afraid to do the self-injection, is it difficult?
No, and also they offer training through the website or with the nurse educator, or you can ask your doctor to do if you can do the first dose in the office. That's what I did. I did the first one in my doctor's office. And then every 4 weeks, I'm doing by myself. I'm injecting me by myself.
Yeah, and you told me that you can travel. It doesn't stop you from going places because you have a cooler. Is that right?
I love that part of the treatment, that I can go anywhere with my treatment. I receive the injection every month at home. It's a home delivery. And then my husband family is from Peru, and my family is in Puerto Rico, so we have to travel. So when we have to travel, I put everything in a backpack. I have a backpack that is a cooler. I put everything in there, and let's go anywhere.
That's right.
At
That's
any
great.
time. Yeah,
That's wonderful.
It's really good.
And how do you feel? Do you feel afterwards? Is there any side effects for you?
2 hours after the injection, I start to feel like sleepy and tired. Sometimes I have to take a nap. And during the first 24 hours, I'm a little bit tired, but nothing else. Yeah, it is good.
That's great. So Maria and Jesus, because they go together, we can't have one without the other. Yes, you.
I am.
You have to start talking, or he's going to start talking.
I am who is having and taking the treatment. The treatment of Uplizna is every 6 months, and only 90 minutes. The infusion, only 90 minutes is less. And you have any preventive like Benadryl and Tylenol, just in case any reaction. And it's very, very smooth and fast for me. Yes.
And you feel pretty good afterwards?
Yes. No side effects for me. Thank God. Yes.
Thank God. That's
I
great.
mean, the only complaint that I have is every time we go to the infusion, she gets hungry. We have to go to dinner every time. I'm hungry.
You're the caregiver. You have to provide food, too. This is important. So let's talk about how you got there. So were you on, we'll just go down the group. I know you transitioned because you have been in this community for so long. So what was that like for you? And was it scary? I know that's a long road to be on one thing and then make a change.
Yeah, after of being in a treatment for 17 years, no relapse with rituximab, as you know, it's not a FDA approved medicine. But I had optic neuritis 2 years ago, so it was fast, and I have to switch my treatment because of a new FDA approved And I have to think about it. We have to think about it. It was scary because, since you were being stable and you have to switch, is a tough decision to make. We research Oplisna Amgen, the pharma, provide a PAL, which is a person, your nurse, that help you to explain about the, symptoms, what is going on, what is going to be. And with the team of my neurologist, nurse, my husband, who is my doctor at home. So it was very, very, but we have to make a step. We have to take the step.
Right.
And we have to have a decision. So we research all of the treatments, and I feel comfortable with the Plisna. It's not only because it was every 6 months like my other treatment, but shorter. I study the probabilities of the, future relapse, to maintain you in stable, and we make that decision.
And you feel good now,
And
right?
I feel good, and actually, after being a lone patient, I'm starting recuperating things, sensation of my palm. Well, I don't know if I'm so excited because it's a new one in me, but I feel great. Thank God.
I've told that story before. One day she was in the kitchen preparing coffee, and she yelled at me, "Oh, I burned my hand." I didn't know if to be happy or be sad because she got burned, or happy because she felt it. So the process, sometimes she tells me, "I feel my feet, I feel the floor, I feel the cold on the floor." Details like that have been coming back. We understand it's a preventative treatment, but she's starting to feel much better than before.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Well, I have to switch twice. it was a hard decision. During the first 3 years, I was on oral medications. Then we switched. Because doctor, caregiver, and patient
Yes.
is a decision that we have to make together. So we decide to switch to Rituxan. And I was on Rituxan for 15 years. And then, because I relapsed twice, I have to switch again. And it was hard because at the beginning we have no options, no FDA-approved treatment. So when the doctors say, "Oh, you have to use this," we say, "Okay, that's it." But at the time that I have to switch from Rituxan to a new treatment, we have 4 FDA-approved therapies. So it was hard for me. I did my homework. I research. I read. I asked the doctors, and I met other patients in the treatment. In a conference like this in Utah, I heard the experience of Darla, and then I talked in person with her. And also in our support group, I met Marce, that she is the first patient that used N-Springs in Latin America. So I talked with her about her experience too. Then I talked with my husband, with my mom, And finally, choose for Enspring because I was looking something different of Rituxan. Because I say if I relapse in this treatment, I need to look for something different. And I choose Enspring, and I'm happy with my decision. That was a year ago. And I'm doing great. I'm stable.
So good. Yeah. And if it's your lifestyle, I think that, like Maria and Jesus were saying, they were used to the every 6-month infusion. That was like something so like ingrained in your life. Like that was your lifestyle. You were used to that. That was probably one thing that was an easy part of the decision, you know, and with your travel and having some independence with carrying your medication with you. So those kind of decisions when you're talking with your physician are important. It's not just one part of the decision. You have to consider your life and quality of life and what you want that to look like for yourself too.
If I may tell a part of the story of our journey with treatments, there was a moment when some insurance companies wouldn't approve the treatment for Maria, and we had to travel every 6 months to South America to get the infusions. We did that for almost 3 years. So being on this gap for 6 months, we traveled 2 weeks in advance, stay there with the family for her to relax and be ready after the infusions. We stayed for almost 1 or 2 weeks after that and came back to the US. So it was a process.
Quite a process.
Yes.
Although it's still pretty hard for some people to get access to these medications, which we know. We're very well aware of that from people that call our helpline. So,
And also, Corey, when I was on oral medication, I had to take 16 pills every day. And sometimes I miss a dose because I was working, I was in a hurry, and I forgot. So have infusions every 6 months or have an injection every 4 weeks makes a difference.
yes. Yeah. I know filling the pill bottle back in the days, 10 years ago for my daughter was oh my gosh, every Sunday night we had to get it all laid out, right? And get it ready for the week and make sure that she took it every day. It was a lot different than it is now. Yeah. Tiani, too, for you?
So during my initial attack, I was given Rituxan in the hospital setting, and it very much saved my life at that point. And it was my plan that I was going to stay on that and receive it every 6 months, and eventually transition to Uplizna with the plan that I had with my neuroimmunologist. But about 4 months after I received that initial Rituxan infusion, I had a relapse. And with the decision of me, my husband, my family, and my neuroimmunologist, we decided to go a different route from Rituxan or Uplizna and decided to do Ultomiris. And it was kind of a difficult decision because with Uplizna, Rituxan, it was every 6 months, and I live about 2.5 hours from the nearest hospital or nearest infusion clinic. So I live in the middle of nowhere, Texas. So that was an adjustment because we would have to drive every 8 weeks, or I would have to find somebody to take me because during the beginning of my journey, I was in a wheelchair, or I had a walker, or I needed somebody to help me go potty or help me stand up, stuff like that. So it was a big feat for sure at first, but now that I've kind of been on Ultomiris for a little bit, it's gotten a lot easier. I can take myself to infusions, and I think the switch was a good decision, but it's definitely a journey every time I have to go.
Yeah. But you've been feeling well.
Yes,
right?
yes. I, like Maria, I've gotten sensations back that I never thought I would. You know, I was paralyzed from the neck down, and my initial neurologist told me that I would never move the left side of my body again. So I've definitely improved a lot, and I feel a lot better. You know, I'm pregnant now, so I was able to accomplish that wonderful thing. So I've been doing a lot of things that I never thought that I would. So
It's amazing. So when I first found out, when you told me you were pregnant, was the first thing I said to you, I think, like, there's a study. You have to get in a study.
Yeah, so I did register to the Ultimaris Pregnancy Registry, just so I can provide data for those who hopefully one day want to conceive as well, and hopefully my data will help somebody one day.
That's amazing. It's also good because you're watched very closely and monitored. I did want to talk about that today, about clinical trials in general, and I know for some of us, and there's a lot of people here that have been in the NMO community for a long time, and you remember sitting at patient days out in LA, and Dr. Yeaman, who we just heard from, would put up a list of companies that there was like the start of a trial, or there was like this maybe something was going to be down the pipeline. And we have seen that change so fast from an idea to helping people. And what would you say to the people that signed up back then for a clinical trial with a placebo drug? And anyone that wants to go first? I know this.
No, definitely. I mean, you're heroes. Everyone that participated on those first clinical trials are heroes, because that's the consequence of having now 4 FDA-approved medicines, which is amazing. We had seen, as you mentioned, the fast development of research, and where we were 20 years ago and where we are now is amazing, definitely.
It's remarkable, yeah.
If I may, I could feel I could, because I've never been in one research for animal. Every time I try to participate or be a candidate, when they hear or they see so that you're stable, you're not a good candidate for any type of research. But it's amazing to be in a research, because you can provide and help other people. And that's why we have the 4 new medicines that we have now. I encourage anyone or everyone to want to be, go ahead, be there.
Thank you.
They are brave.
Yes.
They are brave. I am thankful. Because of them, we are here. Because of them, we have 4 FDA-approved therapies. Because of them, we have doctors talking about things that you're going to hear later.
Yes.
They are brave, and I am thankful for them.
Absolutely.
I would definitely say thank you. Thank you for taking the risk. It was probably not one that I would take, because it's very scary. Fear of the unknown. We still all have fear of the unknown, even if you're on a therapy. But again, they're very brave, and I'm glad that they took that risk in order to help so many people and continue to help people with NMO.
Absolutely. So much work has gone into where we are today. And as Dan said, the team transitioned. But I want to take a minute. I hope everyone will join me in thanking Dan and Jacinta and Renee, the early members of the team at Guthrie Jackson that have just poured their lives into helping everyone in the community. I mean, with never wanted a thanks, never wanted a pat on the back, having meetings and meeting with pharma, building relationships, collaborating with these wonderful companies that if anyone says anything bad about pharma in my presence, I correct them very quickly. They are supporting the patient community. We would not be here today without their support, and we wouldn't have, life-saving therapies that we're able to utilize. Now we have to work on making sure that everyone has access to those medications if they would like them, and that we have, ways to have that paid for. So, there's still much to do, but so thank you to the early members of the team. I just want to thank say thank you. Our life, my own family, my daughter's life would be very different had the work of Guthrie Jackson not occurred. I don't know if she would be here. So it's an honor to work with them for the last 6 years and to continue the work in supporting the patient community in so many ways. And thank you for being here and sharing your experience. Is there anything that you want to share with anyone maybe new to the community?
Yes, be proactive. I mean, I know there is a lot of information, especially medical information, that sometimes we don't understand much about it. But the pharma companies are there. They have a lot of resources. They have a lot of support, and they can navigate you to make the right decision. Always trust the information from your doctors, but also the pharma companies were very grateful, because for us in that process, we found a lot of information, a lot of support, and there was always somebody there to answer our questions. So be proactive.
I would definitely say don't take no for an answer. I was advocate for yourself always, 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 or try to find somebody that can advocate for you. We have a wonderful community. I am thankfully very proactive and maybe sometimes not as nice when it comes to trying to get my way, but it's just advocating for yourself is like the best tool that you can have, or having somebody that can advocate for you.
Absolutely.
Yes. I'm coming 18 years ago, we didn't have any information. We have to be advocating. We have to advocate for ourselves, especially Jesus. And don't Google. Don't Google. Don't go to Dr. Google. Pharmas provide, especially in my case with Amgen, they have a Prevail, Zoom, or this type of information about the medicine, about loss, the infusion, about anything about you need to know. And you feel free to ask, because they have a really, really good information with you. Of course, with your neuros, your doctors, but be proactive with yourself.
Vilma?
I would like to add that it doesn't matter in which treatment you are, be prepared for the day of the treatment. Eat well, drink a lot of water, and be mindful that day, and even since the day before the treatment. Because it's something that you're going to put in your body. It's something that is helping you day by day. So be prepared, be mindful, and honor your body.
And you can take your little card with you and do your breathing exercise and intention just before. It's perfect. Yes, that's perfect. As Maria was saying, there are, and I think that you all mentioned this, patient educators, patient access liaisons, they all have a different acronym, patient education managers, and all of these organizations that are really helpful with explaining things to you or help with access, and they can explain more about all of the help that they offer with education. So please go visit them during the breaks today.